Well, a memorial ceremony to mark the 30th anniversary of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster was held this morning in the Ukrainian capital of Kiev. In the early hours of April 26, 1986, a meltdown at the plant threw deadly clouds of atomic material into the atmosphere, forcing tens of thousands of people from their homes. The effects of the worst nuclear accident in history are still not completely known to this day. Uli Shapiro with the story.
30 years after the Chernobyl nuclear disaster, the issue of atomic energy remains a hot topic globally. The disaster, considered the worst nuclear power plant accident in history, caused the immediate death of 33 people, but the implications went far beyond it. According to experts, the level of radioactivity in the area remains high 30 years later, and children are still being born with severe birth defects in the area near the Ukrainian town and beyond.
According to the official data, 5 million people currently reside in radiation-contaminated regions of Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus. About 1 million people who reside in these three countries receive a radiation dose of more than 1 millisievert each year, so they experience high radiation.
The disaster, which took place on April 26, 1986, began during a system test which triggered a meltdown that ejected deadly clouds of radioactive materials into the atmosphere. The event increased the awareness to the threats of nuclear energy and was a turning point for the anti-nuclear movement, a campaign which only increased after the 2011 nuclear disaster in Fukushima, Japan. In an exclusive interview with I-24 News, Hans Blix, who was the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency in 1986, said he still believes in atomic energy.
So nuclear is not innocent, it's getting better safety-wise all the time, and I think it is indispensable for the future. Uranium and thorium have no other uses, and it gives the world tremendous amounts of energy, not totally without risk, not without some problems in dealing with the waste, but nevertheless, compared to many other ways, I think economic and very helpful.
And yet the concerns are still high in Ukraine and beyond. 30 years later, the area is still largely deserted. Many also saw the event as the main nail in the coffin of the Soviet Union, a regime which came to an end in 1991. Can it also be marked as the beginning of the end of nuclear energy? Questions are still in the air.